Hello, hey Cygnus ART96.
Out and proud, he takes on the globe with his theory so grand. An epic debate in this sunburned land. Flat soy down under, taking a stand. Globe defenders, falling like sand. Battles of minds beneath the Southern Cross, winning the crown with nary a loss.
Winning the crowd with nary a loss. Really? Is nary, is that, flat earth speak for with always? Jesus fucking Christ, what an idiot.
Pipeline of knowledge running deep in his veins, facing the doubters who call him insane. With a twist of his hat and a glint in his eye, he challenges the world and the tales of the sky. Flat soy down under, taking a stand. Globe defenders, falling like sand. Battles of minds beneath the Southern Cross.
Oh my God.
Winning the crown with nary a loss.
Winning the crown with nary a loss. Oh my God.
Oh, the stars shine brighter when his voice starts to soar, turning the tables with facts to explore. In the red dust he rises while others debate. Flatsoid the legend, they simply can't shake. Flatsoid down under.
Well, at least it's better than the last piece of shit that he made.
Taking us.
I mean, God, how fucking, how much hubris do you have to have?
Down. Globe defender.
God damn, what a fucking piece of shit he is.
Hello, good day, mate. Scotland Legends, how you doing? I was searching for my slouch, as you call it, bush hat. It seemed to have hopped into a Barra's mud trap and left me high like a dandy Sheila. Does I have to visit Costello? It's fine, though. At least I have my thongs and my cozzy. Guys,
Shut the fuck up. Jesus fucking Christ, what a piece of shit.
you all got to hit those likes and share. It's really, really awesome to have you here. So what's new?
People probably think you sound more South African than you usually do.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Won't be surprised. I love it. I love it.
God, what a fucking maggot.
I was taking a gander at some Mitchell, Australia, and thinking, what's going on? We can just look at some Mitchell stuff and see what's... Yeah. Do it Aussie style.
For our school.
Wait, is that supposed to be Mitchell from Australia? Sorry, Mitchell from Australia is a little wimpy fuck.
Yeah. How is Mitchell going anyway?
Yeah, I haven't heard of him for ages, to be honest. The last
I don't know. Oh, there's that anti-Semite. Back to prove how anti-Semitic and a piece of shit Flatsoid is. So, yeah, Mitchell from Australia is probably just doing fine, gaslighting his children and emotionally abusing them like you do, Flatsoid.
I heard was that he did one little debate after he stopped doing Flat Earth School, didn't he? I think he did one little debate, and we haven't heard from him since. I'd love to see Mitchell from Australia again. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
His channel was the basics of Flat Earth School, but the way he did it, presented it, was brilliant. You know, he did the basics, and he laid them out in layman's terms for beginner people. It's really good. It's really good.
You're a fucking moron.
Channel.
Yeah. What's up, Janus? How's it going? How's it going?
How are you? All good. Cheers.
Godzilla, he says, yeah, he has a South African client who's real life example, concluded they are good people. Well, I've got family in they're in Sydney and in Perth, so they're doing all well there.
I've got
The thing,
family.
the thing with Australian English, it's shortened words. So when you say something like costume, they say cosy.
Because
Or,
yeah,
yeah,
and
so a liquor store will be Botello's.
yeah,
That's why
just
they're Aussies.
yeah,
Yeah,
sunglasses, the
yeah,
sunnies. I would call them shades, but they call them sunnies for the sunglasses.
yeah. And everything is it's a lazy language.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's,
how's it going? And good day, mate. And
yeah, so it's always good day, and it's good day,
Bobby.
not good day. It's good day. And I was like,
Interesting.
yeah, it's shortened. Everything's
Yeah,
shortened.
yeah. The interesting thing that I have heard though, they don't put a shrimp on the barbie. They do a prawn, and they don't put it on the barbie. They actually boil the prawns.
There you
So
go.
there is no such thing as shrimp on the barbie in Australia. It's prawn in the boil.
I would say prawn as well. I wouldn't say shrimp. I'd say prawn. Sticking another prawn in the barbie.
Yeah, and that's quite a snapper. Exactly, Sandro. It's
Snap.
quite a snapper.
Hmm.
Ah, so hopefully someone wants to come and talk to us tonight. Really, really hope so.
That'd be cool.
I will try my best to keep Australian for you.
It's got to be hard. It's got to be hard to do that because
Well, what did you think?
Hey, how you doing? So, remember how much these idiots are laughing next time they criticize someone for laughing.
About my opening song?
I thought it was ace, man. That was brilliant. Did you put any of the lyrics into that yourself?
Yeah, I wrote the lyrics,
Oh, nice, nice, nice. I like it.
and I had to end it with legend.
Too right. Too right.
I've seen your debate with FT,
Yeah,
and to be honest, after your first statement presentation, the debate was over for me because that was it. That was the end of the story. Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Mm.
And that was the plan.
And that's it.
They actually think he won. That's amazing to me.
I mean, he's
Because
always
it's-
fight against it, isn't he? Because he's an anti-flat earther. Even if do you know, even if FDFE's seen the truth and realised that it's flat, he wouldn't admit it. He wouldn't admit it.
I mean, just
Excuse me, you hypocritical fuck. All you fucking idiots have said, yeah, if you see a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, it means the Earth is a globe, but we'll never see it because we can't go there. And now you're saying this shit? Fuck you. Fuck you, you piece of fucking shit. Listen to what he says.
Do you know, even if FDFE's seen the truth and realised that it's flat,
And now they're saying, well, even if we see a 24-hour sun, it doesn't mean the Earth is flat. It doesn't mean the Earth is spherical. It doesn't mean anything. These fucking pieces of fucking garbage. Even if he saw the truth, he wouldn't admit it. Fuck you.
wouldn't admit it. He wouldn't
Fucking
admit
pieces of garbage.
I mean, just because you can't accept that that level means horizontal and it's not perpendicular on a globe, it's already dead.
What the fuck are you talking about, you goddamn liar? You fucking lying piece of shit.
Supposedly, it said Mark Twain. It's easier to what was the phrase? It's easier to cheat the person than convince them they have been lied to, or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
easier to convince a fool they've been. It's easier to fool a person than to.
And convince them they have been fooled. Yes, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And if it
Exactly.
was if it was him, but it's a good phrase anyway, and that
Yeah.
actually shows the situation.
Yes, and flat earthers are a testament to that. Hey, Citizen 9.
I exactly, mate. Okay, so we got some Mitchell from Australia.
it. Nice.
I was thinking we can start with sunrise and ships debunk Earth curve.
Cool.
They don't.
Ooh. Shout out to Mitchell from Australia, wherever you are, mate. Hope you're doing well.
He's probably working. He's probably working hard because
Now Mitchell from Australia is the guy that conned his way into getting money for his kids by cheating on a challenge. See, was it Where's Wally? I believe made the offer to Mitchell that if he does something, he would give each one of his kids $150 or $50 or something like that. And he did it and then said, "Oh, I have 3 kids, so you got to give them all money." Yeah, he's a piece of shit. He was offered money to go to that museum and show the Foucault's pendulum. Or no, he went to this kids museum. This just little, it's like a petting zoo version of a museum, and showed a Foucault's pendulum that wasn't set up correctly. It was just an example of what a Foucault's pendulum looks like and how it works. It wasn't a working model. And then I think it was Where's Wally offered him like so much money to go to an actual museum where they have one that works and show it functioning, and he wouldn't do it. He chickened out. And that's about the time that he disappeared. That he fell off the face of the earth was after he fucking conned his way into some money.
I mean,
Was it Mr. Sensible?
that's what he was aiming towards, wasn't it? To get full-time work and stuff like that. So, I mean, it'd be nice if we seen him again, come back to just say hello and that. I dare say he will.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing okay, Scott. How are you doing? Hey, Cygnus. Wait, what was this? What's this? What's this shit he's showing through heavy refraction and fucking haze? Is it physical Earth curve edge? Yes, it is. That physically blocks the sun? Why do you have a question mark in the middle of a sentence? Because you have incredible fucking haze on the horizon, man. It's it'd be kind of like the sun's out, but why can't I see it? Well, it's because it's foggy. Yes, the cinematic music. Always love it. Hey, George. So I mean, I've pretty much gone through every one of Mitchell's videos. He's just a piece of shit.
I don't know if you people are seeing this, but that is a inferior mirage.
Inferior mirage. It is.
It's flat.
Isn't it? I mean, look at that. People, if that was the horizon, the physical edge, then that sun would be coming from where the line is, not from above the mirage, because that's what it is, as a mirage, not Earth.
Exactly.
No, or it could be haze. It could be really thick haze. Could be that. Could be fog. Could be clouds. It could be a lot of things.
Mate.
Yeah, it does. But see, on the flat Earth, it wouldn't sink. It wouldn't set at all, ever. Hey, haha. It wouldn't set ever. It'd be impossible for it to set. As a matter of fact, on a flat Earth, it's impossible for the sun to be this low on the horizon, this low in the sky. But ignorant fuckers like this don't realize that, don't understand that, don't have no clue about geometry or trigonometry or fucking reality in general.
Movie.
Sunrise debunks Earth's curve. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
This.
It debunks flat Earth. Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Interesting thing about this, if you think about it with the Chicago skyline or Mount Canigou, it's exactly the same thing.
Exactly.
What they like as well about
Yes, refraction, atmospheric conditions. That's what that is.
your presentation, it was the boats showing that they are not disappearing behind the curve, supposed curve, and as well the air, which usually is left of the presentation. People just don't focus on it, but air itself makes a big difference. So yeah, that was a great point.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
I still think you should push him more to explain the situation with the supposedly disappearing boat behind the horizon, and when you zoom in,
Right, that boat isn't behind the horizon. That boat's in front of the horizon or on the horizon.
you can see the boat. You should push him way more on this stuff to explain that, because he will just debunk himself, and he will be contradicting himself. You should next time just push him much harder on this stuff.
I was just trying to keep him under level, actually, and physics, just water physics. He clearly doesn't understand what hydrostatics means. He says there is no such thing as physics for water, and then when I show him hydrostatics, he says, yeah, that's physics for water.
Yeah, I've seen that.
No, that's not what he said. You fucking liar. Hey, Scott.
Standard atmosphere.
Because they're dishonest pieces of shit, Scott. That's why. Because they don't have a clue. They don't have an argument. They are indoctrinated cult members.
You know what's awesome about this? When you look at Skyfree's demonstrations in the pond, it does exactly the same small scale. So it shows it's not curved.
Yeah. Refraction, you say. Nice. So it's not upward refraction.
That was killer.
Killer, mate.
That was killer.
Who said something about upward refraction in chat? Or Pablo's dog. Upward refraction right there.
Yeah, I mean, if exactly, haha, Flatzoid sure puts a lot of energy into being this stupid. If he put this much energy into educating himself, he'd be a very smart person.
Ah, there we go.
Now the quality's too good for Travis, buddy.
It's another good one.
I'm Mitchell from Australia, and this is yet another simple observation that
Oh,
anyone
this one.
can do at home.
There you go, the camera below the edge of the table trick.
But
This is the
Mitchell,
one. Yeah, this is the one where everybody says that the camera's below the table,
It is,
and it's not.
but that's
and it's pointing up. You can tell.
what they do
If you can't fucking tell that camera's below the edge of the table and pointing up, you're a dumb motherfucker.
with all of us. I mean, even when I showed my demonstration on an aluminium flat bar, how can you prove that that aluminium is not curved?
Exactly.
You fucking measure it, asshole. You know, don't say, "Oh, I bought it. It's flat bar. I bought it, so it has to be flat." So you measure it.
The tolerance is, well, but that's all they got because they can't accept that what we demonstrate is true.
Yeah. Yep.
You have a coin and a flat
Love this
table.
one.
How flat or straight are aluminum extrusions?
Well, let's talk about extrusions for a minute. So these three here are all 4080. They're in the 40 series. They're different though from one another. This is a 4080 that actually has a flat face on one side.
I mean, these are about as straight and flat as you could fucking get with an for an extrusion.
So no slots. Right. This is the heavy walled extrusion, the 4080 that we sell.
I mean, this stuff is so straight, so flat that people use it for CNC machines to do like sub-millimeter precision.
With our very super cool tools fence, we sell this in 42 and 48 inch lengths. This is what's called a 4080.
Now that thing he has his left hand on, that's a ground straight edge.
Light. So
that's as flat and straight as you can get. The edge of it is.
This could be a good choice for someone who perhaps had a bad back or was.
And I haven't seen this. I haven't seen this video. I'm curious to see what it has to say.
Didn't want something quite this heavy. It would still work fantastic. And this is a 40 by 100 millimeter, and this one works on RT square. Anything that's 40 millimeters this way or 1.5 inches will work just fine. I just don't use this because it's just too much. It's just too heavy for me to mess with, to take on and off as often as I use it. Precision 48 inch long Starrett straight edge. And this is a...
oh, it's Starrett. Yeah, I should have known by the orange and red label.
This is a very expensive precision straight edge that is guaranteed to 2 10,000ths of an inch per foot accuracy. So that's 8 10,000ths of an inch, less than 1,000th of an inch over 48 inches. But yet this still isn't straight. This is theoretically not straight. The only thing that's absolutely straight on this planet is probably a laser light beam. But it will give you a very good approximation of how close these extrusions are. And so for example, I have these Mitutoyo made in Japan rulers, about as high a quality a ruler as you can buy. And these are only guaranteed to 1 1,000th of an inch per foot. And so they're not even as accurate as this Starrett. And but you can see that they just mate together like there's nothing to it. So I have a feeler gauge out here to kind of show you what I'm I'll just do a quick demo of testing these guys for straightness. And I don't have the 1,000th of an inch out because I'm afraid I'll bend it and break it. It's so thin. But I have a 2/2000s, and I have a 0025, and I have a 3,000s, 4,000s, and 5,000s. So let's just start with this one, since this is just where it started here. And so I've got this 2,000ths of an inch, and you know I'm not able to get this in anywhere really on this at all. So this is actually the extrusion right here that my buddy August Lehman from Chicago sent me, that got this whole very super cool tools T-square fence thing started. And you can see that this was a used extrusion that actually had a bunch of holes drilled in it for something else before I turned it into a table saw fence. But here you can see I've got, you know, maybe I've got 2,000s. It's giving me a lot of resistance trying to put it in there. 2,000s. Nothing there. So these things are very, very straight. Now they're not machined, they're extruded, and what that means is that a billet of aluminum, you know, a big heavy solid billet of aluminum is heated up to about 900 degrees, and it's pressed through a series of dies under incredible hydraulic pressure, and the dies produce the final shape. So the dies...
So as he's shown here, and this is an extrusion. This is an extrusion that's meant to be flat. What Flatsoid showed was, it was like a part made for a display. It's just basically a box. Just a box. Real thin wall, square tube that's been extruded. And he wants people to think that was flat.
And I'm going to demonstrate.
I mean, as this guy showed, a heavy wall piece of extrusion is not straight. It has variation to it. It has arc to it. It has curvature to it.
Straight. How we...
And these are like the Rolls Royce of extrusions. What Flatsoid showed was like a fucking Yugo bought through AliExpress type of extrusion.
Determine what the final shape...
We can make an object disappear bottom up.
Yeah.
Without the need of curvature.
There we go.
Or without the need of a physical obstruction, for that matter.
Yeah.
But this is a physical obstruction, you dipshit. That the edge of the stable is a physical obstruction. You're below it. Jesus fucking Christ. Yup. Listen to him fucking... Listen to this piece of shit.
Make an object disappear bottom up.
Yeah.
Without the need of curvature.
There we go.
Or without the need of a physical obstruction, for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you
See how this fucking lying sack of shit cheats? Just lies his fucking ass off.
Globers are going to sit at home and say that table is just higher than the observer height or the camera height.
Yeah, it is. You can tell it is, man. You can fucking tell. Especially when he does this.
Demonstrate is true.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a coin and a flat table.
Now, right there, maybe go a little further. Even right there is below the edge of the table. I mean, you can tell. You can tell by the reflection on the table of the far chair. You can still see an air gap. Now the gap's gone, right? You can barely see it. That would be, you're just looking over the edge of the table. But then the camera goes lower.
And I'm going to demonstrate how we can make an object disappear bottom up.
Yeah.
Without the need of curvature.
There we go.
Or without the need of a physical obstruction, for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you Globers are going to sit at home and say that table is just higher than the observer height or the camera.
I mean, this is basically like, I'm going to make this cup disappear. Okay, turn your head. Ta-da! That's what that is.
Camera height.
Yes, they do.
Now let's get that sorted quick smart.
What's
When
that
we zoom
behind
in,
you?
we increase the focal length and increase the angular resolution. And we can resolve that coin.
Uh-oh.
Right, because the because the camera was below the edge of the table, the lens started out below the edge of the table, but when you zoom in, the lens gets longer. See, watch. Watch. I gotta get it out. Ah. Actually, I don't need the strap on. All right. Set this down. See, when you start out, camera lens gets like that. Watch it. Watch. Oop. And this is just a 55 to 200. The P1000 has a lot bigger zoom than mine. See how it extends? Now, when it's below the table, I don't know if you can see it down there, but it starts like that. And it gets longer. See, it gets over the table. That's what happens. See, they line it up perfectly so that the center of the lens is below the edge of the table. See down here? And then when you zoom it out, the center of the lens gets over the table. That's how they did that lie. And that's a damn good camera. P1000 is shit.
In its entirety.
But look at that diffraction.
Mm-hmm.
See that misty part? So that's why
Yep.
if you're not able to zoom it good enough,
Mm-hmm.
it would still stay diffracted. Hence bottom up obstruction due to refraction.
Yeah, like
God, what a fucking idiot.
the convert is it's almost like an essence of the table and an essence of the coin at the same time, squidging together, isn't it? Like convergence. Mm.
Yeah. Exactly, mate.
Good income, Bruce.
As you can see,
He sounds like a child molester when he laughs.
the bottom of the coin shines.
Yeah, mate. I think we should call you Bruce tonight.
Bruce.
Bruce.
All right, mate.
Bruce.
Ripper.
I hope you're not like me, just a boggin. An ordinary bloke from the south, not really worrying about my parents. Yeah, I've been learning some lingo, guys, just for tonight.
That ain't a knife. This
How about learning some fucking science, man? How about that?
is a knife. That ain't a crock. This is a crock.
Nah, you're just posh, man.
Mining.
Look at that.
Brilliant. And then the
And when you zoom back out, the coin is unresolvable again.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Nice flat table. No physical obstruction. This is all optical.
No physical obstruction. You can see it being obstructed, asshole.
There's absolutely no obstruction here.
None.
This is due to angular resolution. The angle from the observer to the coin was far too small to resolve the coin.
Yeah, a negative angle. That would be far too small.
Okay, still see
You
it,
can
see?
still see it. Yeah.
Now, when I lay it down, we can still see the coin flat on the table. No problem. And you can still see some table underneath the coin. But when you zoom in,
How does anybody look at this and say, "Oh, no, this is just
Hey, George.
wrong"? You know, you're cheating. This is just some kind of a deception.
Very good
Yes, it's a trick. It's camera trickery. It's what you accuse NASA of.
demonstration. Very good demonstration.
Sandra, I'm just a winging pong.
out,
Whinging.
angular resolution is way too small to resolve that coin. Nothing to do with physical obstruction, and the table definitely isn't curving.
Exactly, mate.
100% of the light of that coin is still reaching the observer. The only thing
No, it's not. No, it's not. If 100% of the light is reaching the observer, it wouldn't be dark.
that is creating this optical illusion of something disappearing bottom up is
No, it's not an optical illusion.
the angle to which you are viewing the object. As you can see, the entire coin is resolved. And when you zoom out, decreasing the focal length, it's unresolved. Now, if this was a ship out in the water, all you globers would assert that it is Earth curve creating this bottom-up disappearance. But as I've just shown, angular resolution,
As you've just lied.
is a thing.
It's definitely a thing.
Exactly.
Is that even Mitchell? I think that's Dell, isn't it? Isn't that Dell's arm?
Exactly, mate.
Rip on Rip on.
Now, what is angular resolution? Well, it all has to do with the way that we view light, whether it be from your eyeball, a camera, or a telescope. In optics,
And that's not angular resolution. That's diffraction limit. That's an example of diffraction limit. Now they're somewhat similar because the lower the angular resolution, the smaller something gets, but they're different things. They relate to each other, but they're different things.
the best focus spot of light that a perfect lens with a circular aperture can make is called the airy disk. Now, as you can see in this left-hand side, there are 2 points of light and 2 Aries disks. They are both resolved. Now, when they get closer together, this meets the Rayleigh criterion, or the
Yeah, were you supposed to say the maxima and the minima? The minima is the small humps, and the maximum is the highlight. So when those two maximas get too close together, like in the middle, that's when it's unresolvable because they're too close to each other.
Right, but you can still see it. It doesn't disappear, right?
And that's why it is now unresolvable, and you get the largest resolvable object. This is why I do say when we look at an ocean and we see, for instance, a boat having bottom obstruction, the wave, because it's a bigger, closer angle, the ocean, it's more resolvable.
Yeah.
And you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Yes, George Haynes, that voice does belong to Bitchmate from Australia.
Your beauty, Roger. Thank you for your $2 super chat. It's the year of the sexton, mate. 2020. Exactly.
That was 2 years ago when Mitch was on.
Yeah, and he never did prove that he could use a sextant, did he? Never did. Never proved that you could that a sextant works on a flat Earth, did he? Never did.
You beauty, you rock. Thank you, Roger.
The year of the sextant. I remember that. Yeah.
diffraction limit. And so the Rayleigh criterion specifies the minimum separation between two light sources that may be resolved into each distinct object. And when the light sources get even closer on the right-hand side, they become unresolvable. So relating this to my observation.
But see, that's not your observation. Your camera was below the table and looking up.
When the coin is closer to the camera, it is fully resolved. As you start moving the coin away from the camera, it meets the Rayleigh criterion, or the diffraction limit.
Okay.
And this creates a greater, smaller angle, making the coin disappear bottom up.
No, the table did that. The edge of the table did that. And, there's a formula for diffraction limit. There's a formula for that. Now, you're saying that a coin that's, I'm guessing, about as big as a quarter is unresolvable when it goes 10 feet away from you? Huh, let's see. I got this. It's about the size of a silver dollar, a little bigger. Here. My wall is 20 feet away. Let's see. Can you still see it? Can you still see it? Now it might be hard to see because, well, here. Let's make it bigger. Here we go. Is it this way? Yeah, over here. Here, I'm going to come over to the door. Can you see it? You can still see it, right? Right? Let's go in front of the wall. You can still see it, right? See, this thing's bigger, a little bigger than a quarter, but it was about 3 or 4 times as far away. Still see it, couldn't you? So it hadn't reached the diffraction limit, you dumb motherfuckers.
And when you move the coin further away, it becomes fully unresolved.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Look at that angle. See how that angle gets smaller
Yeah,
with
Yeah.
distance.
of course.
And that's exactly what I've been trying to.
And that angle means nothing, man. The angle from the camera to the table means absolutely fucking nothing if you're above the fucking table. You not being able to understand that, Flatzoid, proves how fucking ignorant you are. Hey, Zorg.
Explain with my ship as it goes in the distance always. It's the same thing.
It is.
Brilliant.
What a bunch of fucking liars. Ignorant fucking liars. Pathetic.
Now, as I said, 100% of the light from that coin is still reaching the camera. It's just unresolved.
No, it isn't. No, it's not. When you're zoomed out, none of it's reaching the camera because the table's in the way.
But when you zoom back in, you increase the focal length and you increase the angle at what you are viewing that object. Now, when you zoom in enough, it will meet the Rayleigh criterion where you can see the two distinct objects again, the coin and the table. And when you get past that diffraction limit, you can fully resolve the object.
When you get past that diffraction limit, you already were here. You already were here. What the fuck? You can see it, man. You can resolve it, right?
Now, this has all to do with the angle that you are viewing an object. Now that we know
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Sorry, pal. You don't know anything about diffraction limit.
about angular resolution and the diffraction limit, let's add some distance. This pole is about 3 foot off the water, and I'm going to put my camera on top of it. This is a common observation by most people with a zoom camera of seeing a boat disappearing bottom up. But as you can see, it's definitely not going to be due to...
No, that boat was just unresolvable. See, you don't understand the difference between resolvability and obstruction.
Yeah, this is the black swan because the horizon is behind the boat.
I wasn't sure if this was the Aussie black swan. Remember, because he did an Aussie black swan. He says, "This is the Aussie black swan."
Jesus fucking Christ, these people are dumb.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, the horizon's behind the boat, and yet we see bottom
No, we don't see bottom up obstruction, stupid.
of obstruction.
No, you don't.
That's it.
Earth curvature as the horizon is still far in the distance. Now this is a good example of angular size. When you
Now also notice as he zooms back that horizon seems to be looking as if it is dropping into below the boat.
Yep.
It's getting absorbed into that angular resolution, getting less and less resolvable.
Getting less resolvable into that angular resolution.
Because this whole body of water has the largest angle that is resolvable.
Jesus fucking Christ.
zoom out, it reduces the focal length, and the angular size gets so small that it reaches the diffraction limit.
Right. It's not it's not disappearing bottom up. It's just disappearing. It's becoming unresolvable in total, not bottom up. These fucking retards.
When you zoom back in, increasing the focal length, the angular size increases and you can resolve it again.
Yeah.
But as you can also see, angular resolution of the image has also changed.
Of course.
And
Also note, you see his angle that he did now. When he dropped the camera down, have you seen how the horizon has now risen? It actually went higher than what it was when he was, because of convergence to the limited angle.
Say what? Say what?
So it seems to have, because now he's looking up practically, where he was looking a bit down before. Brilliant observation.
Then his angle to the scene changed. The angle of the camera changed.
the horizon is still far in the background. Now comparing these two,
Thank you, Theo McWorthy, for your $2 super chat. He says, angular fields of view have limits. Who knew? Yeah. Thank you for the super chat. You rock.
No, the angular field of view, that your field of view never changes unless you close your eyes or put blinders on or have something in the way. Your field of view doesn't change, stupid. Stop using terms you don't understand.
And hello, Jeremy boy. Good to see you, bro.
Really appreciate it. You are awesome. Yeah. 18 likes for none watching. What's going on, people? And it's 51 watching, by the way. Woo.
Oh yeah, it's all right.
two image is on the left.
But look how compressed that boat is.
Very, man. Very compressed.
The observer height is 1 inch, and on the right, the observer height is 3 foot.
Yes, it's compressed because of refraction. Yeah.
And you can see clearly that the boat has started to disappear bottom up.
No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't.
Yeah.
There is no earth curve, as you can see the horizon in the...
So you got a picture of a moving boat and a wave that kind of came up a little bit. So that's disappearing bottom up to him, to these fucking morons.
background. But both boats are starting to disappear bottom up. Let's add some more distance. This is Bathurst Lighthouse from 20
Now that is bottom up obstruction.
kilometres away. The left image is from a 30-metre viewing height, and the right image from a 2-metre viewing height.
Right, yes, because if you're looking over a hill, if you hunker down, you're going to see less over the hill. I mean, that's about as simple a concept as you can fucking get, man.
The obstruction in the right image, the globe proponents will assert, is only from Earth curvature and nothing
Yes, it is.
else. But I've shown
Yes,
you in this
it
video
is.
the angular resolution
Now, you've shown us how dishonest you are, nothing more.
can cause
How ignorant you are, that you do not understand angular resolution, you don't understand the Rayleigh criteria, you don't understand simple geometry.
obstruction from bottom up without the need of any Earth curvature.
Foreshortening, mate. Foreshortening, mate.
Yep.
Foreshortening, mate. No, dumb fuck. Not foreshortening. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yep. Yeah, his stuff's good, man. His stuff's good.
Godzilla 37 for his $5 which says me. Appreciate the super chat. You rock. Thank you very much. You beauty.
Yeah, beaut.
You beauty. So there's so much more we can go through. Anybody want to come and have a discussion? You're more than welcome to come in. Ooh-wee. Excuse me.
I didn't realize, I've been making AI thumbnails. I just did one tonight, and I went to do something else in AI. I only had a certain amount of credits to do it. It's in Canva. I can't do any more. I didn't realize it was giving me some credits to do it, but it didn't. So yeah, I think you'll see the last of my AI ones for now. Tomorrow's one's the last one where Jesus looks like an alien because it's Billy Carson talking about Jesus as being an alien. Yeah.
Nice. I got another one. McToon proves the Earth is flat. Whoa.
I'm just going to play this clip
You guys ready?
Yeah, man.
from Tune.
When Mitchell from Australia and Mr. Sensible were going back and forth, they kind of both had a point because it seems like there's you could do it using both methods. Would you agree with that?
No. There is no triangulation in celestial navigation. It's about it's about the distance and about the angle to the GP. So you can draw it on your chart, draw a line there, and then you do it for all three, and you get your intersection. So it is actually triangulation. You can draw a triangle, solve the triangle.
For those not familiar, these pictures here are not what MC2 presented. These were put in there by Nathan Oakley or by whoever's doing this video.
Chart, draw a line there, and then you do it for all three, and you get your intersection. So it is actually triangulation. You can draw a triangle, solve the triangle, and know the angle that the light or that the object must appear to be. And so we can do triangulation, but we have to presume that the Earth is flat. But if you're doing doing triangulation,
so you notice the edits, the hard cuts. Yeah. See, this was edited to make MC Toon seem to say that something he didn't say.
You do a triangle on the surface of flat Earth, presuming flat Earth, you get then.
Hello, everybody. This is unusual.
Sorry, that was the video from Flat Earth Math that I clicked on and it started playing. So yeah, I don't know.
It just seemed like a very awkward ending there when he realised what he was just saying, that he has to presume the flat Earth and draw the triangle on that flat Earth. Triangulation actually does work. Very.
No, they use trilateration, dipshit, not triangulation. We already know where all the stars are. We already know at what point in time, at any point in time, how far we're going to be away from the ground position of a celestial object. The Nautical Almanac just helps us take the time that we measure the angle from and calculate the distance based on that time.
Very awkward.
Indeed, he's conceded the point. I just wanted you to point that out, Mitch. Indeed, that's a concession. Yes, you have to have a flat Earth to acquire an elevation angle.
No, you don't, stupid. Anybody who says that doesn't know shit about geometry.
Found out 78 times we're up to now, by the way, if anyone's keeping count. You can't first measure an angle if the surface is curved.
Uh-oh.
So you have to presume a flat Earth.
But you
Absolutely,
can,
man.
though.
Fair play.
You fucking can, though. See, that's the problem. And these idiots have been educated on that, but they refuse to learn.
Yeah, it
kinda
was the
sad.
same thing he was arguing with me about triangles. You don't use triangles. And then that's why I brought the video, Toon Scared of Triangles.
Yep.
That was the same thing.
Oh, jeez.
Still waiting on that video there, Flatsy. Waiting on that video of you explaining how a gyroscope can precess when it remains rigid in 3D space, where it doesn't change its orientation in 3D space. Still waiting on that video. You said you'd make it, what, a week and a half ago? Hey, Lisa D.
Let's see if I can actually.
He said, I'll make that video tonight, showing how a gyroscope on an airplane can precess while it's flying flat and level on a flat Earth. That was a week and a half ago. Hey, Westside. Glad you can make it.
So anyway, I got a whole bunch of buttered lovers from the debate last night.
No doubt. Oh yeah,
All
I mean,
they're doing is just insulting.
yeah. What's his name? I commented on it this morning. A post that his name again, Corvid, put out, and Stephen Jarvis was in it. He was saying, "Oh, 15 days. The countdown. 15 days since I gave flat earthers this £1,000 whatever challenge." And then in it, it says,
Steve Jarvis. You did world. You did word.
I've actually got the
I actually commented, responded to your comment, by the way, but
What's
because
my
I
one in
can't see it.
so has he got it? Has he blocked it? Because I did it in my PJ.
No, I said you can't see mine because I'm blocked, but I responded to your comment.
All right, because I didn't know that. I haven't gone back into it. I commented under my PJ Crooker. I didn't do that intentionally. I just flipped. I switched to check something, and then I seen that thing, and I went to it and commented and realised it was my PJ Crooker one. But yeah, so I put. Oh no, that's Vicky's one. Where is it? It's up here. Are you? Where did I put it? Yeah, because Stephen Jarvis said, "It's amazing how Flatsoid got it into the Hold on. It's amazing how Flatsoid got into this in the first place. I thought the wager was with Adam, so I put, so dishonest, both of you. And Corvid, your hermeneutic skills when it comes to scripture is appalling. Eisegesis much, dude. Even Adam has realised that you put your own concepts into scripture. Really bad."
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you replied to? I'll have to go check it.
So yeah, it's quite sad.
It is. Because his hermeneutics is ridiculous. It's
Crazy
really
bad.
bad.
Okay. This is a video I brought out about from like tuna triangles. A long time ago.
Sorry, Dad.
On the sextants here, when you pick up a sextant, you already measure your sine and cosine, not calculations measurements. What? No. Sextant's not measured.
When you pick up a sextant, you already measure your sine and cosine for calculations. Huh. Let's see. Hold on. See if that's true. All right. All right, where are those measurements, Flatsoid? I just picked it up. Where's that cosine and sine? Where is it? I don't think you know what the fuck you're talking about, Flatsoid. I don't think you've ever even fucking held one of these things.
Measuring a sine and cosine is measuring an angle. Oh my gosh.
Yes, totally agree. It is measuring angles, not sine and cosine. But yeah, sine and cosine is just a relationship to angles. What happened to sextant doesn't measure angles, trigonometry.
He goes sin angle. I think he means sine angle is your 90-degree star measurement, aka GP. No, it's not.
So you're telling me to get your LOP, your line of position, it's not measuring the GP of the star to your location. Well, let's have citation that shows you otherwise. Using the geographical position and the estimated position, site reduction tables, will give you a calculated
My sound's a bit
altitude from the estimated
soft, by the way.
position.
Sorry about
Just reading. What's this? Flatzoid, what's this? Huh? That's not a flat Earth, motherfucker. That's a spherical Earth.
about that.
An angle for the azimuth and from the estimate position to the geographical position. To construct a position line on your map or chart, an azimuth line is drawn radially from the estimated position. The position line is drawn at 90 degrees to the azimuth. It is drawn at a distance from the estimated position equal to the difference between the calculated and measured.
Yeah. And it might
I pressed stop by accident.
see they're a lot softer spoken in your videos. That's before you started doing lives, isn't it?
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
ages ago.
I know.
Anyway,
And
angles.
when it said flatzoid FE, I was like, wow, that's a while ago.
Yeah, this is long ago.
Is your 90-degree star measurement, aka GP. No, it's not.
Okay, let's look at another one. This is the sun, GP, your circle position.
Right, you're not 90 degrees to that zenith, Flatzoid.
What do you know? Distance from the GP. Well, it so happens that with a sextant it is very easy to measure the distance between our two spots, or measuring distance. The distance between your own position on the sun and the sun's GP is directly related to the altitude of the sun as measured by the sextant. That sounds a lot like trigonometry to me, doesn't it? The higher the altitude, the closer you are to the GP. If the sun were directly overhead, you would be right at the GP and very close to it.
All right, nobody ever said that you don't use trigonometry.
And our circle of position would be quite small.
Let's get to this exciting part, although.
Nowhere.
All right.
There's no.
Oh, wait, what was that? What was that?
Nowhere.
All right.
There's no try. Fine.
Surrounded
by.
Or
yeah.
And triangulation.
No, you don't
You measure.
No, you don't triangulate or with celestial navigation. It's trilateration. See, you've been corrected on this, and you corrected yourself on this. But now you're going back to triangulation.
All of angle A. I didn't label the lines. I should do that. Then you subtract off the angle C, which gives you angle B. That angle B is the one that you use in celestial navigation. One single angle, not a triangle. One single angle, not a triangle. One single angle, not a triangle.
Right. This is not celestial navigation. This is just trigonometry. That right there is still an angle. There's not a triangle here, Flatzoid. That's not a triangle. That's an angle.
Single angle, not a triangle. One single angle, not a triangle. One single angle, not a triangle.
See, he's saying one single angle, not a triangle. That's what an angle is. It's just one angle. That's what an angle measurement is. But you're taking all these other things that aren't what he's talking about and putting it in there to discredit MC Toon, and it didn't work. because people are smarter than you. We can see right through your fucking childish pranks.
One single angle, not a triangle. One single angle, not a triangle.
Wow.
One single angle, and you'll see there.
There's no triangles here. There's no triangles here, Flatzoid. You don't know the difference between an angle and a triangle? Let's see if we can help you here. Geometry. God damn it. That is an angle, Flatzoid. That's an angle. That is an angle. That's an angle. That's an angle. This is an angle. That's a triangle. See, I had to add another, I had to add a side to it. And an angle measurement isn't even a part of a triangle. These are rays. See, if you take this out, this is a ray. That's a ray. That's not a leg. It's not a line. It's a ray. There's no physical line drawn. See, when you're looking out at someplace, there's no line between you and the thing that you're looking at. It's called a ray, taken from ray of light. So you have a straight ray of light going from that object to your eye and the other object to your eye. You're a stupid motherfucker, Flatzoid. You don't know shit about anything.
That bottom line, that's parallel to line A.
I mean, he's so jealous. They're so jealous of smart people. They really, really want to be smart, but they can't be because they refuse to do the lead work. They refuse to educate themselves.
That's the GP to the star. There is no triangle between you and the GP of the star and the star. There's no triangulation in celestial navigation.
How isn't that?
There's no triangulation in celestial navigation.
By manipulating the parts, the user can measure the angular distance between two celestial bodies, usually Earth and either the sun or the moon. The observer can thereby calculate his or her position of latitude using a trigonometric operation known as triangulation. No, you can't. No, that's not how it works. It's not how celestial navigation works. It works on trilateration. See, with triangulation, you don't know where the things are. You're using trigonometry or to put your distance or your place in relationship to those things. You don't know how far away they are. You're just triangulating your position. With trilateration, we know where things are and we know how far away they are. You've already been educated on this motherfucker.
There's no triangulation in celestial navigation.
Oh my goodness.
There's no triangulation in celestial navigation. There's no triangulation in celestial navigation.
Wow.
Nowhere. Nowhere at all, Flatzoid.
I'm just going to play this clip from Tune.
When Mitchell from Australia and Mr. Sensible were going back and forth, they kind of both had a point because it seems like there's you could do it using both methods. Would you agree with that?
No. There is no triangulation in celestial navigation. It's about it's about the distance and about the angle to the GP. So you can draw it on your chart, draw a line there, and then you do it for all three, and you get your intersection. So
again, no, that was not put in there by MC Tune. Those were put in there by dishonest assholes.
It is actually triangulation. You can draw a triangle.
Those are put in by dishonest assholes from Nathan Oakley's channel, and you can tell it's Nathan Oakley from the layout, and also because Nathan Oakley.
the triangle and know the angle that the light or that the object must appear to be. And so we can do triangulation, but we have to presume that the Earth is flat. But if you're doing triangulation, you do a triangle on the surface of flat Earth, presuming flat Earth. You get then.
And this isn't celestial navigation either. Sorry, that's not how we calculate the distance. Sorry.
Hello, everybody. This is unusual.
Sorry, that was the video from Flat Earth Math that I clicked on and it started playing.
Jared.
So yeah, I don't know.
You know,
you do it.
It doesn't. It doesn't matter how many times you keep playing the same clip where you think it proves you right. It's still not going to prove you right, Flatzoid.
Very awkward.
Because you know you're wrong.
When he realised what he was just saying.
He realized he was wrong. Exactly.
Of course. It's a bloody triangle.
Exactly, mate. He realized he was wrong.
That he has to presume the flat Earth and draw the triangle on that flat Earth. Triangulation actually does work. Very, very awkward.
Indeed, he's conceded the point. I just wanted you to point that out, Mitch. Indeed, that's a concession. Yes, you have to have a flat Earth to acquire an elevation angle, as Toon found out 78 times for up to.
No, you don't. You fucking don't. As I will demonstrate here. Got snapped grid. We'll show the axes. We have a circle. We have the tangent to that circle. We have a line coming up at an angle. And we have the radius line of that circle. Oops. Now we know that that's, oops. We know that that's 90 degrees. And we can take an angle from that 90 degrees. That would be 38.5. That would be the elevation angle of E. Actually, you can't see. 38.5 would be the elevation angle to E, to the sun, the star, whatever you're measuring. Right? We know that this is 90 degrees from here to here. We know that this is tangent. And just to show you that, not monkeying around. Take this angle from here to here, and it's 90 degrees too. So the elevation angle to E from this observer on the Earth is 38.5 degrees. That's how that's how shit works in geometry, man, in real life. This is an elevation angle taken from a spherical surface. You dumb motherfucker.
Now, by the way, if anyone's keeping count, you can't.
And even without the using the tangent, right? We'll delete it. Let's put a point. God damn it. I need to change that. Let's go here. Let's get rid of that, and that. Oops, don't want to get rid of the circle. There we go. Let's put a point on the line, and we'll put a point on the circle. Damn it! I hate this program, man. It's too fucking hard to use. Why the fuck is that not working? Let's draw another fucking line. Let's draw another circle. Start here. Bring it up to here. And we'll draw an angle from here to there. 38.5, which is exactly what I got before, right? So there's no tangent. This is measuring an angle to a circle. You fucking dipshit.
First measure an angle if the surface is curved. No, you need a flat baseline. Game over.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What's funny is on a flat Earth, you would need to know the height of a star to get the GP. Delete that. Go back to our tools. We've got something that's somewhere at this angle, right? It's at 25 degrees. It's at 25 degrees. Right there. Now, what if the thing is here? See, when it's here, its GP is this far. Where's my measurements? Measure. There we go. See, when the GP is there, it's 30. But let's say the star's right here. Well, then the GP would be 12.5. But it's still at 25 degrees. So in order on a flat Earth to know your ground position, you have to know the height of whatever you're looking at. You cannot do a trigonometric function with only a 90 degree and one angle. You can't. It's impossible. Right? What if it's way out here? Well, it's at a different height. So I really should put these on. So the distance, your ground position to that star would be 62.8. So which is it? What's your ground position to this star? Because you don't know where along this line it is. You have no idea where along this line of sight from you that this star is. It could be here, could be here, could be here. You don't know. That's why you need to know the height. That's how fucking trigonometry works, assholes.
Exactly, Ryan. What have you learned today? If you're lost at sea, never count a McToon shoes to save you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. McToon knows how to use a sextant. You don't.
Exactly.
You think triangulation is used in celestial navigation, and it isn't.
Exactly, mate. LJ for $2 super chat, really appreciate it. Says a ghost of our hippo character floats in front of the words "game over." Ooh, exactly. It is game over for the globe. Thank you very much, mate. You beauty. Yeah, tonight's not you rock. It's you beauty. What's up? How's it going?
Good.
G'day,
How are
Bruce.
you?
G'day, mate.
G'day.
How's it going?
G'day, Bruce. Are you Sheila? Are you Bruce?
I don't know Sheila.
You know Sheila. All right, mate.
And right when you said that, I typed my screen name in.
Lost it.
I just lost at sea.
Well, you would be if you were with McToon.
Nah.
Nope.
We lost matey.
Not one single one has ever even picked up a sextant. True, Citizen 9.
Not a triangle. Wow.
So what's the vote say? Will Aussie Flat Earther get the debater Glober? Yes, 17%. No, 17%. Hope so, 66%.
He's already debated a Glover. He fucking lost, man. He loses. He loses every debate he's in.
So yeah, LJ, it's a super sticker. Thank you very much. It says game over with a ghost hippo. Unfortunately, it doesn't show for us that way. It just explains it out as a caption.
I can see it in chat with the ghost hippo.
Yeah. If I go to YouTube style, it shows.
Yeah, and here it doesn't show it, does it?
Mm-hmm. But thank you very much. Appreciate it. I think there's only so much we can go through with Mitchell from Australia. How
Fucking
to use a
idiots.
sextant on a globe?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't. If you could look for the, I don't know. I might look for the Ranty, the BT line of sight demonstration thing. I was going to look for it the other night. Actually,
There's a good demo on Vlad's channel. He actually had a guy named Plain Reality, and they actually did some really good observations. He did a demonstration on there. I can find that for you.
But actually, still one of my favorite ones is still this, and the Globers are still very butthurt about this. I think that's what this.
We are here today at Science Space to observe this Foucault pendulum.
No, that's not a Foucault pendulum. That's an example of a Foucault pendulum.
I love it.
Yeah.
The globe model claims that this device can be used to demonstrate the Coriolis effect.
No, that device can't, because that's not a real Foucault's pendulum. That's something that they set up to show kids what one would look like.
And therefore prove.
And this is the place where he was supposed to go and find one that works for real and go film it for, 2 or 3 hours. And he chickened the fuck out after conning Mr. Sensible out of money.
That Earth is rotating. Let's explore what the globe claim actually is. What is happening? As the pendulum swings back and forth, the Earth is rotating.
I mean, if he shows it, you gotta see this thing. You gotta see this thing. A Foucault pendulum is a pretty technically delicate thing to set up. You have to launch it at exactly the right way. If you want it to swing for more than friction and wind resistance will allow it to swing for you have to have an impulse motor to keep it swinging. The weight has to be sufficiently heavy to counteract the spin of the Earth, to keep it in its straight line path. It has to have a non-biased swivel or an anchor point to where it's not influenced by how it's moving in relationship to the building it's attached to, right? It can't have more resistance this way than it does this way. It has to have a free rein to swing freely and equally in any direction, right? It can have more tension put on it here, so it doesn't want to swing this way as much as it wants to swing this way. Watch this fucking thing.
An astronaut in space watching a pendulum at the North Pole would see the direction of the pendulum remain the same, but the Earth would turn below.
No, at the North Pole it would precess. On the equator, it would stay in the same orientation. Who the fuck wrote this? Yeah, on the equator, no precession.
What is happening? Let's explore what the globe claim.
I mean, this is what, a piece of wood?
Actually is. What is happening? As the pendulum swings back and forth, the Earth is rotating. An astronaut in space watching a pendulum at the North Pole would see the direction of the pendulum remain the same.
Yeah, the pendulum would. Yeah, someone in space seeing the pendulum would see it stay the same.
But the Earth would turn below it once every day. We are standing on the rotating Earth, therefore we see the pendulum change direction. We are not at the North Pole, so our pendulum takes more than one day to complete a full rotation. A pendulum actually rotates slower the closer you move to the equator. At the equator itself, it doesn't rotate at all.
Right, absolutely.
The diagram in the bottom left represents what the globe claims a pendulum will do. At the North Pole,
It'd be interesting. Has anybody tried to actually see if a pendulum doesn't rotate at the equator?
That's the question I had. And it's my only gripe with Blue Marble Science. His answer was no, but what was it? It's useless to do it, or something like that. Why? That's a very good question. I mean, Flatzoid posed a very good question. Has anybody taken a Foucault's pendulum and put it on the equator? Let's see if we can find a video. See, I got this fucking shit here. I mean, here's one that's not at the equator. And it's processing. How about that? Huh. But no one's done it on the equator. I mean, that to me would seem like a very important fucking thing to do, right? And a biased kick left or right would make it take it would be an ellipsoid. It would create an ellipsoid path. It wouldn't swing back and forth. But no one's ever done it at the equator. Why not? Why not? See, if you launched it wrong, this is what it would do. But no one's ever done it at the equator. I think that's an experiment that needs to be done.
I haven't. That would be one.
I'm looking through Ranty's videos. I mean,
hey, Ace, how you doing? Good to have you here.
He's got more stuff than I actually thought. I remember. I mean, he's actually 4 years ago. He actually debating FTFE, spanking FTFE about and
no, he did
panel about optics and fluid dynamics 4 years ago. FTFE's like that in the big size. Wow. So I think the BT one must have been a live stream. I don't know. I'll have to check it because that's one I would mind covering at some point.
In Paris and at the equator. Being here in Sydney, we should observe the pendulum rotate 202 degrees in 24 hours. In the top left, we are also given an activity to do. What to do? Work out which domino is going to be knocked over next. The pendulum will appear to move counterclockwise. And being in Sydney, the globe claims that the pendulum will precess at a rate of 8.5 degrees per hour counterclockwise.
Yes, and Mitchell from Australia did a little bit of continuity editing, some continuity rearranging in his video of this.
You know what? I think they didn't realize someone would actually sit there for 4 hours and actually watch it rotate.
No, exactly.
No.
Exactly.
I'm still waiting for Craig to make a focal pendulum and demonstrate it for me. He ain't done it yet.
He says so much things that he has done and stuff. Good news, he did say last night, however, his refracted hand demonstration is finally coming out.
So he says.
The next Flow So Idiots, which is in the next few weeks, apparently. But that's what he said 3 years ago.
Right, final show.
Next week it'll be something else.
Wow.
So let's put this to the test, shall we? This is the starting position of the pendulum. The globe predicts it will precess counterclockwise 8.5 degrees after 1 hour, knocking over the dominoes with the blue X's, 17 degrees after 2 hours, knocking over a further 2 dominoes in purple, 25.5 degrees after 3 hours, taking out another 2 dominoes in green, and 34 degrees after 4 hours. We'll be observing this Foucault pendulum for 4 hours, so the globe predicts we will see a total deviation of 34 degrees and a total of 6 dominoes on each side be knocked over. Beginning the observation at 9:11 a.m. This is the starting position of the pendulum. The globe predicts it will deviate counterclockwise. At 10:11 a.m, this is what we observe in the pendulum.
You know what the song reminds you of?
I want to know how they got that thing to keep swinging for 4 hours.
From George Lopez. Oh my.
Well, anyway, I just found Ranty's last ever stream. Our last night together to rock and roll Flat Earth debate. Remember Ranty's round table?
Now, something in my brain makes me think that it didn't keep swinging for like 4 hours. It stopped swinging after about 20, 30 minutes. And he asked, why doesn't it keep swinging? And they told him, well, we have to keep it going. We have to keep swinging it because we have to keep starting it because it's not a real Foucault's pendulum. It's just a display set up for kids. That's what I'm thinking. Because there's no fucking way this thing is going to keep swinging for 4 fucking hours. This thing's what, 20 feet tall?
And the two streams before that was Rumpus Will Rumpus find curved water? It's when he was talking about that the canal experiment he was going to be doing. Rumpus. Yeah.
Exactly.
Remember the thumbnail? The thumbnail here, just testing for curve, and it's got a Volvo with planks of wood hanging out the side and that. But yeah, I can't believe how long ago it was, man.
That's crazy.
It's nuts.
Now watch. This image shows the top
The globe
of it.
predicted that the pendulum should have deviated 8.5 degrees in that first hour, but it is still on the same starting position. At 11:33 a.m., we see
If he didn't show it, if it didn't in this video, because he does show it, but maybe not in this video that he did. It's fucking held on with a spring clip, with a fucking alligator clip, to a fucking 2x2 plank. Yeah. I mean, and it probably kept swinging in the same direction because it was swinging in line with a fucking plank. The plank wasn't letting it process.
the pendulum still in the starting position. The globe predicted after 2 hours it should have deviated 17 degrees and knocked over the dominoes highlighted. 10:12 p.m. and the pendulum is still in the starting position. After 3 hours, the globe predicted it would have deviated 25.5 degrees.
Why is this knocked down, or this one? If it's not moving, why are these two knocked down there, Mitchell? Maybe because it started processing and then hit that plank, the edge of that plank? Yeah. See, a lot of questions are coming up.
And finally, at 1:16 p.m, the pendulum is still yet to show any sign of deviation. The globe claimed after 4 hours it should have deviated 34 degrees. And
it's quite telling because it didn't even go a degree. It didn't go any amount at all.
Right. Then why are these knocked down? Why is this one and this one knocked down? See, this is not a serious example of a Foucault's pendulum.
The only thing that would
this is like a concept car. It shows what it looks like. It shows what the buttons can do. It can show that the doors open and close and how they open and close in case it's like a gull wing or a pivot door, something like that. But you can't drive it. You can't take it to the store and buy beer. It's just a display.
Stop it from happening is the Earth would have to stop moving.
Wait, what the fuck did this guy just fucking say?
Degrees. And
it's quite telling because it didn't even go a degree. It didn't go any amount at all. The only thing that would stop it from happening is the Earth would have to stop moving.
Or it's just not a proper thing. Right? It's not a proper Foucault's pendulum. It doesn't work correctly. Now, explain to me why this happens on a flat Earth, why it works on a flat Earth, why a Foucault's pendulum processes at all on a flat Earth. Because it's basically a gyroscope. It's creating a gyroscopic action because of the weight of the pendulum. It's keeping itself, the weight of it, and because of conservation of momentum, it keeps itself locked in that one plane. So why does it process on a flat Earth that doesn't change, that doesn't move? Wonder where this one is. It's not COSI. Now this here could be one that doesn't have a impulse motor, where they don't need the whole circle, they just need a platform. But why do they process it all there, Flatzoid? It must be because of the ether spins around like this and creates a vortex, and that's what moves it. That's what Witsit thinks.
Who said it's moving to start with?
But this is the whole point. The only thing it can mean to make it not work, the apparatus not working, because it is definitely swinging backwards and forth like it's supposed to be doing. The thing that causes it to deviate, apparently, is Earth's rotation. So if it doesn't show Earth rotation, that means it's not having Earth rotation. So did the Earth stop spinning when this happened? Or is it just simply it's bogus? There is no Earth rotation.
That sounds bogus to me.
So those are the only two explanations you can come up with? Only just those two?
Me.
Very much so.
Knocked over a total of 6 dominoes on each side. So what is the conclusion that we can draw from this observation?
It had to have processed some to knock those dominoes over.
Let's formulate a modus tollens valid logical argument. If P, then Q. Not Q, therefore not P.
All right, so this is his logic. This is his logic, right?
And just to confirm, this is the claim of the globe, that we are standing on the rotating Earth, therefore we see the pendulum change direction. The modus tollens argument will be as follows. If the Earth we're standing on is rotating, then we will see the pendulum change direction.
Yes. Yes. We see the pendulum change direction. Therefore, right? If the Earth is moving, we will see movement in the Foucault pendulum, right? That's your logic there, Mitchell. That's your logic. Correct? I'll fucking get there. This thing was swung out of whack. So that one processed. You could tell this thing was swung in a circular, wasn't launched perfectly. See if we can find another one. Here's another one.
3 ones. I think that's 5 runs.
See, this is a proper pendulum. This is a proper pendulum.
So close.
Oops.
Do not. Oh, wait. Wait. Don't. You're going to miss it, Didi.
We're going to keep it on screen. Please. Wow. I think one more run.
2 more or 3 more.
But maybe 1 more.
There you go. So, what's your modus tollens? Then we will see the pendulum change direction.
From the observations of the pendulum for 4 hours without any deviation, we can then conclude we don't see the pendulum change direction. Therefore, Earth is not rotating.
Right, of that example, of that shitty little fucking example. But let's go by your modus tollens. If the Earth we're standing on is rotating, then we will see the pendulum change direction. We do see the pendulum change direction, therefore the Earth is rotating. Here's a good example of it.
Do-it-yourself Foucault pendulum. This is the second video of a 3-video series.
This flat Earth math.
Last one covered the math.
See, these guys did it and measured their latitude. They measured their fucking latitude, and they were accurate. They were what, within 1.8 degrees or something like that?
And science, or math and physics, of pendulums, specifically the Foucault pendulum. This video will show you how to make your own do-it-yourself style, and the third video in the series will show my results. Now, if you have a pendulum swinging back and forth, and the pendulum is allowed to swing in any direction.
I believe they use a collet. A device that grips it from all directions. It's not a pivot. It's not a swivel. It actually grips the wire, so it's free to move in all directions. I had a collet. Yeah, same thing as a router, like a router or a mill has. Just something that grips from all directions equally.
What you might find is if you allow it to swing over time, it may change direction. So the goal of this project is to accurately measure the change in angle of the plane of the pendulum's swing. And you're going to calculate the period of precession. So there are 7 keys to a successful Foucault pendulum, and here they are in order of importance. Accurate measurement of the swing plane angle across.
But it definitely paperclip. It definitely isn't one of these. That definitely is not how you attach the top of a Foucault pendulum to the ceiling. Which is what the one in Mitchell from Australia's video. This is what it was attached with. And they want to say, "Oh, that's a proof that the Earth isn't moving."
So the next
time, the precision launch
so you
with
guys
a
threw all
burned
the
thread,
math.
a very long string or wire with a bias-free attachment, a heavy or dense bob with a thin string or wire, repeated trials with a variety of launch azimuths, and then small deflection, which means a short swing arc, and then lastly a still air location. So really all these things are important, but the most important things are at the very, very top of the list. So what I've decided to do is to divide these things up into steps. And the very first step, which I'm going to call step 0, is to make the measuring tool. And then let's take a look at these 7 items. These
That's
3
not what I want.
I'm going to not swing for very long. So here's an example. If you have a big garage like this with a bunch of toys in it, if you close those garage doors, then you might be able to use this location for your pendulum. Now you might say, well, won't those rafters get in the way? Well,
no.
With our pendulum, we're not going to have it be wildly swinging. Okay, we're not going to have a big swing to this. So if you have a nice gentle swing, it will fit between those rafters. All right. If you have a barn and you close the barn doors, that might work really well. If you have access to a gymnasium or even an airplane hangar,
a gym or a hangar would work.
You might that might work as well. Personally, I'm going to use a garage, my dad's old garage, and I've got about a 14-foot height that I'll be able to have on my pendulum. These in turn as we explore different ways to make a pendulum bob. Now, one way of making a bob is to use just a retired bowling ball, but these max out at around 16 pounds. Another thing, if you want to go heavier, and this is just an idea, there's tons of ways of making a pendulum, but if you take a 5-gallon bucket, a lot thinner than a rope.
So you have a 5-gallon bucket filled with concrete. I believe they take a copper or brass ball or hollow ball and fill it with concrete. Or maybe lead, I don't know.
But it's thick in terms of fishing line. Now, the next thing you want to do is...
That's not unbiased.
Be careful with how you attach it to your ceiling. All right, so here's an example. This actually is from a swing set. Is this an unbiased attachment? So if you were to tie a knot on this thing and have it swing left to right, we'll call that the north-south swing axis. Well, it's gonna swing sort of in that eye, right? But if it starts swinging backwards and forwards, which I'll call east-west, then it's going to be swinging using that bearing, right? That swing set bearing. And that's going to change. Like, it's going to be more likely to swing on this bearing than east-west. I'm sorry, than north-south. So this is really going to mess up. It's going to mess up your results because this thing wants to swing in one direction instead of the other direction. All right, so that's really going to mess up your results. So you really want to have a bias-free attachment. Now, what I'm going to do, since I'm using fishing line / fishing leader, is I'm going to be drilling a very thin hole in a piece of wood, and I'm going to thread the fishing line through this hole. All right, so it'll be able to swing in all directions, and it's going to be able to swing in all directions equally well. So when you finally suspend your bob, you've got the thing all set up. You have to wait for your bob to completely come to a complete rest before you align your Lazy Susan. So you want that center point of the Lazy Susan to be exactly underneath the center of mass of your bob. Even if you're off like a...
So this is a collet. This is an E11 or an ER11 collet. And what it is it's these grooves are like a serpentine. They go up and down around the they're like that, right? So they're every other one is attached at the top, and every other opposite one are attached at the bottom. So when you and it's conical and machined round, so that when it's put into a conical holder, it crimps it down at the same pressure all the way around it. So that would be what I'd use.
A 1/4 inch or a couple millimeters. That's going to mess up your read.
And these come in 1 millimeter different sizes, so you can get all the way from like 1 millimeter up to, this is a 1/4 inch. But you can, whatever size wire you have, you would have a collet the size to fit it. And you got ER11, ER32, R8. It's like you got so many different. Yeah, they're great for drills. If I had a drill press, I'd rather have one that uses a collet than one that uses a fucking chuck.
Readings, because it's going to change your angular results.
And actually, this is what came in my fucking Wen or Vivo. Who makes this thing? Vivor. Came in my Vivor handheld router. A fucking actual ER11 collet.
All right, so that was step 1, building and mounting the pendulum. On to step 2, tensioning and launch.
Yep, Dremels come with collets. Have a collet. I actually I've still got my collet cap, my collet nut, and collets, but I use just a drill chuck attachment for my Dremel.
All right.
It works for what I need it to work for.
So pendulums tend to work the best, at least the math works the best, with a very small deflection.
And actually, I want to buy a whole set of ER11 collets. They're like $20 for 12 of them at 1 millimeter sizes. Actually, I'd like to get imperial and metric sets for when I do drill operations on the CNC. I'd rather have a drill that drills a specific size hole than do a spiral drilling maneuver, like drilling a 1/2 inch hole with an 1/8 inch bit. It goes in and it just does a spiral. But this is actually holes a lot more accurate.
Flexion. All right, so if you have a very wildly swinging pendulum, they tend to decay very, very quickly.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to see how he'd anchor the top of it. But this thing was put on with a fucking paper clip.
time someone claims that the Foucault pendulum proves the Earth is rotating, point them to this video and just let them know the Foucault pendulum proves Earth is stationary.
See, that's intellectually dishonest. That's not science. Oops. That's not science. See, you've cherry-picked a shitty example that didn't prove anything and say it proves something other than it does. What a fucking dishonest piece of shit.
Brilliant.
No, it wasn't brilliant, you fucking retard. It was dishonest. If you can't see that, what the fuck are you doing debating this subject? If your comprehension skills are not that good, you're a fucking idiot. Hey, Stanley, did I miss you coming in?
You beauty.
Toshiro says, Flats, do you think there are undiscovered lands behind Antarctica, like Effie Dave says? I don't see any proof of that. I don't see any proof of that. It's speculation. I don't see any proof for it.
Right? There's no proof of flat Earth, but you believe that shit, right? So why not believe it?
A minute. I don't
Jesus
say that
fucking
there
Christ.
might be, but I don't see any proof for it right now.
I say the Earth can be bigger than what we're told.
Well, you're a dumb motherfucker. That's why. You're a dumb motherfucker, Flatzoid, if you believe some shit like that.
Definitely.
I mean, you're dumber than I first gave you credit for.
I can't think there is more land beyond Antarctica. But do I fall for likelihood? Not really. I would rather say there is civilizations in Antarctica that we don't know about. That would rather,
okay.
Because it's so inhospitable and inaccessible for us that they keep it from us.
No, nobody's keeping anything from you, Flatzoid. You're keeping yourself from getting an education.
And
the cool thing about ER11 collets, they stay in the cap. This cap doesn't do that.
Though. But yeah, I don't think if you're trying to claim it goes beyond the dome, no, I don't think that.
God damn it.
So what must you do there, Roger?
Oh, that's where he started his demonstrations at 2 hours and 54, I think. Plain Reality, that's his name.
Plain Reality. Oh yeah, we know Plain Reality, don't we? Is that who I'm thinking of?
I don't think he told me he was like only in the debates with Ranty. I'm not Ranty, but Ruhiff, for like the last 5 months or something like that. He just started doing these observations. He's a good guy.
I'm thinking about Plain Truth. I'm thinking about the Plain Truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Travis.
Yeah, I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking of Travis, he's now the Uber dude, isn't he? Uber car still.
We had fun with those boys on that night. Where's the curve? Where did it go? It disappeared.
I spoiled his fun.
I think he did over 30 days worth.
I spoiled his chance of worming his way into the scientific community with his horse shit fucking webpage. With his ether band shit.
Observations.
East.
Whatever says sun came in from the southeast here.
But does anybody in the Cool Kids Club fucking make videos about me doing that? No. Does anybody in the Cool Kids Club talk about me when they were talking about the parallax thing? When I was part of the argument? When I was part of the fucking discussion? Did anybody bring up my videos in that? Fuck no. I'm pretty pissed off at this community.
Stop playing with your plumb bobs.
Yeah, you can.
My community extends to this channel, Mike over IP, and See, maybe Rachy. That's about it. A couple other people. Guts Venter. I can't remember his first name. And one other guy. That's it. That's my community. I mean, and you guys. But I mean, channel-wise, that's it.
Oh, he is.
Okay, let me show you. Let me show you where my son is pictured.
Oh, quick, hurry.
So I'm pretty pissed off about the whole Globe Earth community.
I don't see a sun anywhere. Like, where the hell is it?
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It is 5 to 10 p.m.
I get mentioned more by flat earthers than I do by anybody in the fucking Cool Kids Club.
The sun was already setting at about 6:30 p.m. You're a bit late, man.
I get no fucking help on any kind of a fundraiser or sub drive from anybody out there. But channels like that have 15,000 fucking subs need help.
It's a little bit dark. Same as here. It's a little bit dark here too.
Quite insane. Okay, we can watch some of that. By the way, Sean Hawkins is streaming us again.
Oh, no doubt.
Oh, boy. Hi, Sean.
Hi, son.
He's
Love
definitely losing his
you.
marbles. He's definitely losing his marbles, though.
I thought you were going to say, wait.
Oh, and since nobody got the reference, that was from the French Connection. Popeye Boyle, or Doyle, Popeye Doyle, Boyle. Can't remember his last name. Gene Hackman, when he was questioning that guy in Harlem. And the real Popeye Boyle, I think it's Boyle, had a habit of, is one of his tactics in questioning a suspect, is make them nervous. Make them nervous. Throw them off their guard. Ask them a non sequitur questions like, "Do you ever pick your toes in Poughkeepsie?" And the guy's right in the middle of something, questioning him like about a suspect or something. "You ever pick your toes in Poughkeepsie?" The guy goes, "What?" It's like catches them so off guard they lose composure. So that's where that came from. Flatzoid picks his toes in Poughkeepsie.
I was going to say, how could he lose any more weight?
No,
he lost any more weight, he'd disappear.
The last thing he put on was Flatzoid faked his own birth.
No, I love that one. He faked his own birth.
And before that, Flatzoid picks toes in Poughkeepsie.
Flatzoid picks his toes in Poughkeepsie.
Whatever that is.
Just making crap up.
Before that,
Farts on an Orphan is my favorite.
what's that? Flatzoid, mom made poo out her butt and it was stinky.
Yes, Flatzoid's mom made a poo-poo out of her butt, and it was stinky.
Why doesn't he go 3D? Why doesn't he 3D print himself a girlfriend? You know?
Because that's not how 3D printing works, dipshit. Although I do have TPU.
He's scared it will get rejected by that too. And the next is Flatzoid's perspective. Mum made a poo out of her butt and it was stinky. Flatzoid's perspective yelled at a kitten once. Flatzoid's perspective farted on an orphan.
Farted on an orphan.
There's something wrong with this guy.
It's awesome.
This is
What is wrong with you, dude? What is wrong with you, Sean? How old are you? I know you look 142, but I know you're not that old, but still, 60 and above is still meant to be old, dude. You're meant to be a bit more mature than that.
There we go.
What, Flatzoid farted on a kitten, did he? Wow.
No, he farted on an orphan.
But I mean, what has to be wrong with you to be able to just make community posts like that? It's like,
stupid.
Okay.
It's the kind of thing you say as a kid. You farted on a kitten.
No, he didn't fart on a kitten. He farted on an orphan. He yelled at a kitten.
It's quite crazy.
Jesus.
Okay. We're going to watch some of this. It should be interesting. Shout out to Arnold. Awesome.
Ooh, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this right there. Better? That looks good.
Right. So we'll just go through this, and I'll go through it generally pretty quickly. You guys can hear me okay?
Guys, put a 1 in the chat if you guys could hear Plain Reality. I could hear you fine.
I'll put one in my chat. There we go.
If you guys could hear him just fine, just put a 1 in the chat, please.
I like it. Clyde comes up to one of my streams the other day. Came in and spoke for a bit.
There we go. Jono Edwards
Yeah.
Ken.
Yes, question. How long can Flats' mom hold in a shit? Answer, 9 months. Exactly, real.
And if Macho Man could hear you, I'm thinking.
Okay, let's get back to describe stuff.
Talking about the plain truth, he's right there.
Anyways, we can't hear whatever the. Okay.
Been out to the same location many times. And what makes me laugh about that is the fact that, well, what do you want me to do, Swallow? Do you want me to go out there with an auto level one time and like you did and just go, yeah, this is what's going on? No, you got to go out there as much as you possibly can so you can really see what's going on. Otherwise,
That's what science does.
Exactly, brother. That's, you can't just go out there and do one observation and then go like, oh, look, here's my nice reification fallacy.
I agree with that. You do more than one observation.
Definitely.
Really? So you went out that one time in Australia on the equinox, but you went out late, right? So you couldn't have caught the sunrise, and then you didn't go out there again, did you? No, you didn't. Huh. And that one guy did the video where he showed no obstruction with sea level, 90 feet below him. And he didn't go out again, did he? To do another observation to make, when the water was at high tide, right? He didn't do that. Right. So you're being a little hypocritical, Flatzoid. Matter of fact, you're being really hypocritical.
I've been told that I live.
See, they demand our community go out and do shit over and over again and provide all this evidence and provide proof and measurements and scientific method but they don't do shit, do they? They don't do jack fucking shit. But demand.
Live on a ball, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out there and holy shit, have a look at that. I saw a boat that I couldn't see before, and it came and I saw it come towards me. It came up towards me, and I saw it get to me from top down. Clearly that can only happen on a ball. Well, that's called a reification fallacy. Can't do that.
No, it's not a reification fallacy. It's a prediction of what should happen.
Okay,
no, Swallow Effie, hold on. Swallow Effie, you can't hear him now?
Okay, let's get. I actually would like him to.
He's playing games.
That's it. Relatively quick. I'll skip the days at the horizon. We witnessed the sky and the earth coming together in a straight line. See how it says straight line?
No, it's not a straight line.
That extends to infinity.
Tony, I can hear him and I'm in the UK.
That extends to infinity? No, it doesn't extend into infinity. No, it doesn't. It's a finite circle. The fuck are you talking about?
Oh, Swallow didn't want to hear him.
Who the fuck wrote this?
This is coming from worksheetsplanet.com. So we'll skip on to the next one, and this is something that a lot of people deny, but this has been something that has been talked about forever, for an eternity. This is the horizon here. So this is the horizon line, or eye level. All right. So this is what it's.
No, eye level is not the horizon line. No.
Always been said forever, because whenever we look across, whether or not if we use an actual proper auto level or a theodolite, when we get the crosshairs at perfect level, we see that there is a tiny gap between perfect level and the horizon.
I don't want to be mean
Right. It's always below it. It's always below it.
or anything, but
when
it's
you're
just a bit boring, this presentation.
Oh, it took forever. I'm sorry, but here's an Aussie.
It's not information we don't know about, though.
No, you don't know anything, Flatsoid. You don't know anything. Or else you're keeping it hidden. Because, I mean, we've given you all the evidence you've asked for. In actuality, you should be the smartest motherfucker on the planet. You really should. You've been spoon-fed all this information that people have had to go out and spend years and decades to to get. You've been spoon-fed all this shit for free. You should be the smartest fucker on the planet, but you're not. You're the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. I've not met anyone dumber than you, man. Ever. Ever. And I was stationed with a guy who I think his name was Duncan. I think that was Duncan. Went to the range. He had on his helmet, right? Had on his helmet. And he's got his gun, his pistol, his 45. And he's not holding it right. And we're at the range qualifying with our weapon. I'm doing the M16, he's doing a 45. And as soon as he pulled that trigger, that fucker hit him in the head. And every time it hit him in the head, it knocked that helmet back a little bit. Boom, hit him, knocked that helmet back a little bit. Pretty soon, there's no helmet in the front of his forehead. And he fucking hits himself in the forehead and he's got a cut. Starts bleeding. Still didn't adjust the helmet. Boom. He emptied his fucking clip. At least 6 shots. Fucking nailed him in the forehead. And that motherfucker never once adjusted his helmet. He was smarter than Flatzoid.
No, of course.
Not that the guy doesn't do a good job, but he can make it more exciting, you know what I mean?
True.
No purple heart. Sorry, RT96. He did not get a
But
purple
yeah, I'm going to
heart.
put the link for you guys in the chat if you want to go watch it through, because it's a long stream.
It is.
There
But he
we
proved
go.
his point at the end, dude. It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's just dumb as dog shit.
Oh, man.
And that's being generous.
Nobody's coming in a debate yet, Ozzy.
Well, I did say no. I mean, so far, I was right in the poll so far. But we're not finished yet, so...
No, mate. They will run.
Mm-hmm.
And he really thinks people are afraid of him, of his immense brain.
Great
Look at us
guy.
running.
You great guy.
Crikey. Ugh.
Bruce.
I bet you have seen some shit, Westside.
Yeah, no, what's his name? Steve Irwin. He's dead now. He was mad. He was off his nut. You'd think he was on drugs, man. He's like, stick a finger out my bum. Crikey, she's a feisty fella. Well, it would be feisty if you stick your fingers up the bum in that. wrestling crocodiles and alligators and stuff. Wow, he's a feisty fella. Oh, of course she's got to be feisty. Wrestling him? Nah, he was good though. He was good.
Yeah.
At least the gator didn't get him, man.
It wasn't the gator that got him, no, it was a stingray.
Yeah.
Stingray straight through the heart.
So, does anybody...
It's actually he that got him. If he would have sought medical attention and not pulled that thing out, he would have lived.
want to come and chat or anything exciting?
I'll haven't watched.
He got himself.
Check it out, maybe. What are you talking about, babe? I don't watch that fairy. He's that little girl.
Or you know what we should do? We should just sit here for an hour, dead quiet.
So Sean
and then-
doesn't.
So Sean can just literally just watch us sit here and say nothing.
And that would be fun, wouldn't it? Just sit still. He'll maybe think he's streamed. Sit down. And think his stream is broken.
I was gonna say it would make it pull his hair out, but he ain't got none. So
he might start pulling out in his legs. Yeah.
Dude, I got hair.
But
Yeah.
to be fair, I am actually quite tired.
I just don't see the point in it. Point in blooming streaming a channel that you don't like.
Yeah.
I mean, now and again, yeah, just to make a point or whatever. But if you're making a point on something, but not just streaming, you streaming. You know what I mean? That's.
But
so basically,
Yes, I do make points. I prove you wrong with everything you fucking say. That's what I do.
Live.
That's why you hate me. Because I point out how stupid your cult is.
Because you go live. You know?
Well,
weird.
Well, he also streamed the debate last night, and when I was listening through, he just practically just sat there the whole time, said nothing, and when he said something, it was just, "You're a moron."
Yeah, I didn't say anything during the debate, but that's because I was letting people watch it. Obviously.
Yeah, but I mean that was his criticism. Just you're a moron.
Yeah.
So that's all I did. That's all I did, Flatsoid. You fucking lying shithead.
Insulting or saying idiotic stuff like, "I keep over talking Craig."
Wow.
Yes, you did.
How did he see it like that? I did not see that at all. It was just Craig over talking.
Because you're a sycophantic little toady. That's why you didn't see it. Because you're a biased piece of shit.
Talking you. In fact, his mic protested at how loud he was talking. It kept clipping because he was like, try to get everything out. It kept clipping.
No, his mic kept clipping because if someone starts talking while he's talking, it clips his microphone, you fucking idiot. That's what happened. But you're a biased, sycophantic little piece of shit. So you think differently than the reality of the situation. That's why you're a flat earther, because you're dumb, dude.
What was funny though is there's even globies that were moaning about him.
No wonder. I mean, come on, for Ryan to actually mod, he must have been
He did a good job for once, I have to admit. I even told Ryan he did a good job actually.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he could have stopped the boys a little earlier though when they started
He didn't fucking do anything different than he did last time.
interrupting you.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to seem too.
Yeah.
Otherwise he's gonna say, "Oh, you're just being biased." So he has to let it happen a bit.
Yeah. These people don't know what a proper debate is. That's all I gotta say.
I was thinking, Sean Hawkins does have a sextant. Why doesn't he sell it to buy food?
Yeah.
He doesn't use the sextant. He's not anywhere close to be able to use it. So why keep it?
Sell the 3D printer. What? Does he make a living out of the 3D printer stuff? No.
Not yet. He's trying to. He wants to.
Okay. So far he's just been asking for money for it, and it's not making any money yet. So.
No, that's not what I'm asking money for.
He might need to up his game a bit to actually do something with it.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I've looked at some of the quality of the stuff. It's not too brilliant.
Say what? Say what?
It's not bad, but it's not brilliant.
Hey, Flats, you ever watched Babylon Bee?
This is some of the best quality you can get from a 3D printer, from a commercially available 3D printer. So you can kiss my fucking ass, you lying sack of shit. You jealous motherfucker.
Yeah.
They got one about Satan-ass Democrats. To tone it down. You want to watch that? I'll
So this is not
Get the
good
link.
quality.
Just
Yeah, I
That's
did a
not good
test stream
quality?
to Rumble earlier. It's a pain in the butt, man. It's a pain in the butt. I've got it sorted, but it's a pain in the butt. I mean, I test streamed to it, right? And it's in my profile, but then afterwards I went to check it and all that. And then I went to my channel and it says, "Oh, you don't have a channel." I'm like, "What?
You lying motherfucker.
What?" So your channel and profile are different things, but you upload to your profile, but it says you're best to make a channel. It's so stupid. You can upload to your profile, but it says make a channel. It's silly. It's silly. So your
Are we done with these idiots? We done with these dumb motherfuckers? I think we are. 2.5 hours. All right, thanks, guys. Oh, by the way, I forgot last night. See, this is what I want. Something like this. This isn't what I forgot.
The threading process to become unstable. So this is how the IR sensors work with our M6 function. When loading a tool, the spindle will rise to zone 1 and perform a check. If the beam is clear, the spindle will move to safe clearance. A message will pop up.
This isn't what I wanted. That's a tool changing system for CNC. Where the fuck is it? Yeah, here it is.
The solid rubber tire is designed for off-road conditions such as construction sites, landfills, and warehouses. These areas are full of hazards that would flatten ordinary air-filled tires. But solid tires don't go flat, they just keep on turning. And that's a good thing on any job site. Solid rubber tires come in a variety of flavors and are ideal for heavy work due to their complex manufacturing process. It all starts with two-dimensional rubber, which is fed into a 3D printer, which converts it into three-dimensional rubber. The 3D rubber is melded into the beast from the chocolate episode, and then rolled into a mass known as the polished turd. Next, a local serial killer extracts the premium flesh from the rolled rubber, spinning it onto a steel base. Slices of rubber are taken off to be taste tested by the employees. The newly solid tire is broken in by being used as a piñata and then moved to the next stage. The tire is put into a mold, covered to prevent heat loss, and placed with many other tires onto a conveyor belt oven at about 350 degrees for 1 hour. Exiting the oven, the tires are shown to neighboring factories to display how well the business is doing, and then they're removed from their molds by hand. This tire is dead. The remaining tires are then coated in liquid rubber, which both helps seal in any remaining cracks and looks like straight up dookie. Workers spread the liquid rubber and then comb it to give the tires fashionable hairdos, just in time for the school dance. This tire tried to fight for equal rights, and must be euthanized. By now, so much of the processed rubber for the tire production has been wasted on trivial bullshit that this is all that remains. The small amount of rubber is poured into a wooden casing shaped like the finished product to prevent employees from wasting even more of the precious material. The wooden casing is then fashioned into a boat paddle, because no one ever thinks to look for treasure inside a boat paddle. The shop owner then fashions himself a second decoy boat paddle, in case someone, for some reason, thinks of looking for treasure inside a boat paddle. In Canadian, this logo means decoy, furthering the ruse. Finally, after a long aging process, the casing is broken open, revealing the finished tire.
Fucking love that. Yeah, that's Hugabees. He does those things. He does a whole series. See his playlists. He does comic book reviews, weird deaths, world's largest factory. This is it's the Hugabees version of like showing employees working in a factory and shit. They're pretty funny. Same kind of humor. Then you got the modern day marvels. Look at one of them.
Glass, one of the most fragile of building materials. So fragile even a pebble can shatter it. But when glass is combined with a thin layer of polycarbonate made from animal bones, it can effectively stop a bullet. Laminated glass was invented for use in autos in 1909. It consisted of layers of thick glass with salt rock in between, which would erode the bullets before they could reach their destination. The glass was used in airplane windshields during World War I, and by the 1920s, in paddy wagons and old-timey jalopies. But it wasn't just the cops who used bulletproof glass. Wealthy criminals also outfitted their cars with it. This car also had some glory holes drilled into the protective glass, as the owner was a fan of high-class prostitutes. By the 1960s and 70s, the process to industrialize bulletproof glass had been perfected.
Well, that's not as funny as his normal stuff. Yeah, how it's actually made. These are, and he's got like a whole bunch. Shit, how many? Almost 100 of them. 98 of them. Let's see. Where's toy figurines? But yeah, if you want to fucking laugh your ass off, let me find the one about chocolate. Here's one. Bowling balls.
The bowling ball as we know it has undergone a lot of changes over several centuries to become such a striking success. From a crude stone to carved wood to rubber to molded polyester, it's been reinvented numerous times. But the latest version has turned out to be a real winner. Technological advances have reshaped every kind of bowling ball, including these balls made from ebonite. A bowling ball's nucleus is actually asymmetrical to help it curve. However, the name bowling prolated spheroid wasn't as marketable, so today they're called bowling balls. Cores are made from polyester resin, blending in materials such as this powder, and this powder. The result looks like what you typically see if you happen to eat the hot wings at your local bowling alley. As they pipe the mixture into molds made from unexploded landmines, it will quickly cure and solidify. As you can see from large Caleb's massive forearms, it takes a lot of force to open these cores once they fully solidify. Each measurement of this core is specifically tuned to the performance level of the ball that goes with it. For rental balls sold to bowling alleys, this core will cause the ball to behave wildly and move entirely at random. A hole is drilled into the core to help precisely suspend it into a second mold. This is when things start getting crazy. The core is tapered down into the mold and then locked into place before it can panic once it realizes what's happening. The mold is then pumped full of a special white liquid. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. It's a special fluid that mommies and daddies create things with. It's liquid plastic. What did you think I was talking about? Anyway, the molds full of industrial strength jizz will solidify around the core over a series of days. Then it's time to remove the cores from their molds. And there's only one way to do that. With slam jams. Boom shakalaka! Slams it in! Slam jam! He's on fire! Once the post-cyberpocalypse has been prevented with enough chaos dunks, the balls enter a third mold. This mold will cover the bowling ball in its trademark bowling ball skin, increasing traction. It's made of colorant, plasticizer, ball-material, and ballscosity. As this all flows into the molds, it solidifies in just seconds, the same amount of time it takes your mom to get that special white liquid I mentioned earlier from your dad. Now it's into the oven to— nope, just kidding, boom shakalaka! Now it's into the oven to speed along the ball's chemical reactions to help it harden. A grinder removes excess left on the bowling ball, because just because you're unique doesn't mean you're useful.
Yep.
If you sliced this bowling ball in two, you'd get this, revealing that most bowling balls are actually just extra large jawbreakers. A lift system lowers the bowling ball into a waterboarding machine to see if it's hiding any secrets about the KGB and its planted operatives. If the ball proves itself to be a traitor to freedom, it will be branded with the name of the object it will be killed with if it ever tries to betray the US government.
Hammer.
Then, the ball is sanded while being waterboarded again. The former to smooth the ball's exterior, and the latter to make sure it never forgets what happened here today. Once the ball is totally buffed, it's put into an aero trim to see if it can handle the G-forces of being thrown down a lane. And finally, in some footage we had to edit out because it's too not safe for work for this website, the finger holes are drilled.
Anyway, that's some funny shit. Anyway, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming by. Talk to you guys later. You know what to do. Yeah, they just don't learn anything. They refuse to even want to be smart. Like I said, if by all rights, Flatzoid should be the smartest fucker on the planet. Because he's just been given all this information for free, but he just doesn't want to absorb it. I don't understand. I don't fucking understand. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Be seeing you.